Today on SoKY Sunrise, we are live on location from Kentucky Down Under as we've got a special show planned for you featuring a number of their animals. Plus, we continue to follow the latest news out of Louisville as people congregated in the streets again last night to protest the death of Breonna Taylor. Then, locals continue to react to the news, voicing their frustrations with the grand jury's decision.
I feel like for us as students and us as being young, we have to keep this fight going.
SoKY Sunrise starts right now.
Live from the WNKY studios in South Central Kentucky, this is SoKY Sunrise on NBC 40.
Good morning, SoKY Sunrisers, and happy Friday. Today is September 25th, 2020, and I'm Hannah McCall. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. And yes, as you just heard in the intro, we are live from Kentucky Down Under in Horse Cave this morning. That's where we find Tej Joshi and meteorologist Christy Stewart. Good morning, you guys.
Yep, Hannah, it is absolutely a good morning. We are excited to be at Kentucky Down Under, right, Christy?
Yes, I am so excited. This is probably my favorite place in South Central Kentucky.
Now, I'm lucky. I get to go on shoots around South Central Kentucky all the time. I come out to Kentucky Down Under once every few months, but Christy, you don't get to come out here for work that often, do you?
I don't, and I'm very excited to be here, especially my favorite place, and we'll get to explore some more throughout the day today, and I'll have some surprise animals throughout each of my weather
Lots
hits.
of very, very, very exciting animals we're going to play with, and one thing we should mention, obviously, as you guys know, it's still dark outside.
Yeah.
So today really is SoKY Sunrise. We're going to see a sunrise happen throughout our show today. Christy, I know you have been here before, though, of course not for work, just for on yourself. So do you have a favorite animal here?
I would have to say the lemurs.
Okay.
You know what? I grew up watching Zaboomafoo, and that was my favorite show, and so I kind of like the lemurs, yeah.
Don't make fun of me. I don't know what that is. Zaboomafoo?
Oh, it's a very popular show that was on PBS.
Okay, I'm going to have to take a look back at that. I feel like I would appreciate it. I'm going to ruin one of our animal surprises. I will feature the lemurs today, so that is going to be something exciting. If you are like Christy and you love lemurs, in about, what, 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes or so, we're going to have a very, very, very special lemur package. Lots of other exciting things happening. Christy, when the sun does come up today, though, is it going to be a beautiful sunrise here that we're going to witness at Kentucky Down Under?
Well, we are going to be having a lot of clouds out there in the sky, and I know that when we were driving in, we came across some mist and some drizzle, and we are going to be seeing a few of those misty showers throughout the rest of this morning, but we are starting to dry out pretty well. Our dog walkers forecast dog of the day is Marcy, and Marcy says that the gloom is coming to an end today. We are going to be again having a couple of showers for your morning walk possibly, and temperatures right around the lower 60s. Now let's check in with Josh to see what's happening in our News Express.
Thank you, Christy. And we'll begin this first half hour of news with the latest on the coronavirus here in the state of Kentucky. Governor Andy Beshear announcing 745 new cases of the virus in his daily COVID press briefing yesterday. The total number of cases in the state since the onset of the virus now exceeds 64,000. Unfortunately, a big jump in deaths to tell you about. 13 more were reported yesterday, as that total now climbs to 1,137. There have now been over 1.3 million coronavirus tests performed in Kentucky, as the state's positivity rate is now at 4.57%. Segueing now into the latest local numbers, Warren County once again reporting the most new cases in the last 24 hours, as they now sit at an even 4,300 total cases. Barron County also in the double digits for new cases. Every other county in the viewing area added at least one new case, with the exception of Butler County. Now the good news is that no new deaths were reported in the counties you see on your screen now, so the death toll remains put at 137. Out in Hart County this morning, the school district there has announced when they will be returning to in-person instruction. Starting this coming Monday, September 28th, schools in the county will return to in-person learning with a virtual option still being offered. Half of the in-person students will attend on Mondays and Thursdays, while the other half will attend on Tuesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays will be virtual learning for all students. That's to allow for a deep cleaning of all the buildings. The schools will be connecting with parents to discuss which group their child will be in, and they do ask that if you have any questions, to contact your school directly. Now, just down the road in Edmonson County, bus drivers there are doing some side work for the school district to meet requirements for hours of work. With school starting later than normal because of the virus, Bus drivers in Edmonson County have only been needed twice a week to deliver food to families. But 2 days isn't enough to keep up with their benefits. So as a solution, the school assigned bus drivers various odd jobs around the district, including painting, power washing, and landscaping work to get the school ready for students to return. 23 drivers worked for 15 days doing the work. We spoke with one bus driver, Billy Duncan, who told us he was thankful for the extra hours.
It's good that they had us doing that because it does help us to keep our insurance and, you know, to keep our benefits while we wasn't really actually working. I mean, it done us a real huge favor, you know, because we had to pay that money out of our own pocket. There's no way we could have paid it.
Prior to this year, the school hadn't been painted in about a decade. Well, stay tuned. When we come back right after this break, we'll have another full look at your weather.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. Well, I'm clearly not in the studio this morning. We are at Kentucky Down Under if you're just joining us. And outside right now, it feels pretty comfortable. We are a little bit cool. Feels like about 60 degrees. We've got a dog that's coming over here, might be in our shot real quick. But looking at the sky, pretty cloudy. Driving in, we had a few misty showers. But Darius is going to be having our full look at the forecast. So Darius, what's it looking like for today?
Yes, Christy, it's still misty out there with those showers. This is a view from our Smiths Grove tower cam at 6:08 this morning. And as we're looking right now with those temperatures, we are in the lower 60s, 63 right now here in Bowling Green, and then running into the upper 50s around Hartford and Calhoun this morning. And then overall, we're generally running in the upper 50s to even lower 60s. We're also close to the dew point, which is why we're seeing those misty conditions out there. Not really picking much of anything on radar, as most of what was the remains of tropical storm, post-tropical system Beta, now off towards our east. We're going to see most of that begin to clear on out as we go later through the day today. So overall, we're going to notice that we're still going to hold on to the cloud cover, but most of the rain should be well off towards our east. As we go this afternoon, those winds are going to be coming in from the north. We could get some return flow of moisture, low-level moisture hanging around, especially as we go later on this afternoon and evening, but I think most of us will stay dry. High pressure will dominate the area, especially as we go into your Saturday morning. We're going to see those winds begin to pump in from the south, so that means we're going to also see a surge in some of those afternoon highs, perhaps in the 70s to right around 80 degrees. Well into the 80s as we go, or well into the upper 70s and 80s as we go into the weekend, as we continue with that southerly flow. And that's ahead of another front that makes its way in here on your Sunday. That is a weak cold front, but could bring in some, perhaps some showers as we go through your late on your Sunday and early into your Monday morning. And then as that moves on through, we're still going to be tracking more in the way of rain, especially on your Monday afternoon. Your commuter forecast, temperatures are going to be in the 60s to eventually 70s by your lunchtime run there. We're going to take off those rain chances as we go later on this afternoon and evening, with temperatures right around the mid-70s for your PM drive as you're leaving work. And then tonight, temperatures will be right around 60 degrees, partly cloudy. We could be tracking some areas of fog. Winds will be calm. Your 7-day forecast, your temperatures are going to stay in the 70s for today, right around the upper 70s, 30% chance for the morning, but we're going to clear things out as we go later on through the day. Saturday, we're going to see highs in the 80s, and it looks like a mostly dry day on Saturday, so if you have any yard work to knock out, just go ahead and take care of that, especially on your Saturday. That's going to be a good day for that. On your Sunday, highs are going to be in the lower 80s, and then Monday, we're going to see those temperatures in the 70s as a cold front moves on through with those shower and thunderstorm chances. And then the beginning of next week, we're going to see highs in the 60s to even the lower 70s. Lows will be in the 60s, and then eventually somewhere in the 50s as we start later, or start into the early part of the week. And we'll be back after this commercial break.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. We have very much more fun stuff planned here at Kentucky Down Under this morning. This, of course, is Abby Meadows, one of the zookeepers here. We're going to talk all about some of the fun stuff that people can do here at Kentucky Down Under. We are right now, of course, inside the gift shop. We're a 6 distance right now as we are inside. But Abby, tell me, what's the main reason someone should come here?
Well, this is such a fun place, such a family-friendly atmosphere. You're going to have one of the most interactions with animals and encounters that you won't get at most other zoos. You get to pet and feed kangaroos. You get to feed birds. You can feed lemurs and play with lemurs. You can feed and milk a cow. I mean, there's so many opportunities that you don't get, a lot of kids don't get in everyday life that I highly recommend that somebody should do before.
So a lot of kids can come here and enjoy those experiences, but you get to do that every day. You live that as a zookeeper. What's the day-to-day of a zookeeper at Kentucky Downer Life? Tell me, when you come to work, what do you do?
Well, every day is pretty different. Everything's never in order, it seems like, but we get here, we prep food, then we get all of our food ready for feeding. We get feeding done. We have each zookeeper will actually have 3 different shows. So whether it's herding demonstrations, animal shows, or milking demonstrations, we're all bouncing back and forth before the end of the day is over.
And let's talk a little bit about how your tourism season's been affected. Of course, COVID-19 threw so much stuff off for all of you guys here at Kentucky Down Under, but things are starting to get back on track a little bit. What happened? Did you guys have to shut down?
Yes, we did shut down. We were shut down from about February, March to about late May, early June. And we opened back up, and then we've started kind of picking up only on the weekends. Still, weekdays are fairly slow, but weekends, Saturdays are usually our busiest day.
So you talked about one of those interactive experiences is playing with a kangaroo. What do you recommend to families who are maybe not sure if they want to do it or not? What's that one thing to put them over the top, that motivation for wanting to come out here?
Well, these guys are super friendly, super docile. They are very, very lovable.
They don't punch you like you see in the movies.
Oh,
like the kangaroos.
no. The most they're going to interact with you is they're going to hold your hand while you feed them. They'll let you love on them. They're the friendliest little critters you could ever meet.
How long does it take to have a full day's experience here at Kentucky Down Under? Can you do everything you need to do here in one day?
Oh yeah, for sure. You can do everything here in about one day. You're going to go through the cave tour. You're going to go through all the shows. You're going to pet kangaroos. It'll be such a great day for you, everybody that comes.
It sounds like a ton of fun. I've already lived some of those experiences myself, and Abby and the rest of the team here, Ella, they're going to walk me through some more of those experiences. You mentioned the cow milking. That's one of the things we're actually going to be doing a little bit later in the show. I'm still a little bit nervous about it. Ella's going to be taking me through that. Do you have any advice for me before we get to that?
You better have good forearm strength is all I can say.
Well, I don't know if there's anything I can do about that now. I can't lift any weights before that next segment, can I? Well,
no,
anyways,
not yet.
I'm looking forward to it. Abby, thank you so much for showing us around a little bit here. She's going to be with us the rest of the day, and I will be back later in the show. Lots more from Kentucky Down Under, and like I said, the milking of that cow later with Ella. I am looking forward to that. Everybody, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more SoKY Sunrise coming up after this quick commercial break.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the Iconic Studio for a look at what all is trending today. Time magazine has revealed its annual list of the world's 100 most influential people. Each of the issue's 8 worldwide covers highlights members of the Time 100. That includes record-breaking artist The Weeknd, as well as performer Megan Thee Stallion. Athlete Dwayne Wade and actor Gabrielle Union are shown together on one of the covers under the heading Champion of Change. Another cover shows America's foremost infectious disease specialist, Dr. Anthony Fauci. There will also be a new cover and a special tribute honoring the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And also trending, Saturday Night Live returns a week from this Saturday with its first episode on season 46, and now we know who the hosts will be to kick off the new season. Former cast member Chris Rock will return to Studio 8H to host the show for the 3rd time. Rock will be joined by musical guest Megan Thee Stallion, who is making her debut on the show. There's a lot of anticipation around the new season of SNL, and it'll be the show's first live in-studio edition since March 7th, when the pandemic was beginning to take hold. Also new this year, Jim Carrey is playing Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden, and Alec Baldwin will return as President Donald Trump. And you can catch all the action right here on WNKY NBC 40. And also making the rounds on social media, a TikTok challenge that has now led to an FBI investigation. Yesterday, the federal agency announced it is looking into reports of teens participating in the so-called Benadryl challenge. Teenagers in the challenge are encouraged to take large doses of the over-the-counter drug that is used to treat allergies. According to the FDA, teens have reportedly ended up in emergency rooms with some serious injuries, and some have even died. The FDA warns that taking too much Benadryl can lead to severe health problems, and it says it contacted TikTok and is urging the app to remove videos of the challenge from its platform. But that's a quick peek at a couple things trending this morning. Stay tuned because I'll have even more later on in the show. We'll be right back with more live reports from Kentucky Down Under.
Live from the WNKY studios in South Central Kentucky, this is SoKY
Welcome
Sunrise.
back to SoKY Sunrise. Christy and I are continuing our live on location day here at Kentucky Down Under. And Christy, what do you have in your hand right here? I'm a little bit scared.
I have a friend. I have what's called a caiman, so it's kind of like a mini alligator, I guess.
Alligator, crocodile, that
Yeah.
whole family. I am a little freaked out. You're just touching it with your hands like that. Are you not worried it's gonna take your finger off?
No, I'm not. He's got tape around his mouth, so we're good.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
So I can pet him also?
You can pet him, go ahead.
Okay.
He's nice and cool, cold-blooded.
So, as you can see, I like animals, but Christy's a little bit more comfortable with them than me, especially with the ones that can take fingers off. The caiman here at Kentucky Down Under resides in the bat house right here, which unfortunately, I don't think there are any bats that live there anymore, but the other resident of the bat house is the lemurs, which Christy mentioned at the top of the show. She's a big lemur fan.
Yes, and I don't know if you can see in the shot. Oh, they were in the window for a
no,
second.
there he is. He's up in the window
Okay.
again.
Well, we have some fun lemurs to talk about.
There are some fun lemurs here to talk about. And last week, before we came out here for our live on location show, I didn't even tell Christy. I didn't know she was a lemur lover at the time, but I did a little profile on these two lemurs right here. Take a look. Native to the island of Madagascar, ring-tailed lemurs have big fluffy tails, adorable facial features, lots of energy, and of course you can find a whole set of them at Kentucky Down Under. These two are Claire and Rupert, both 11 months old. And this may not be true for all lemurs, but these two have lots of personality.
They're very interactive, very social, want to interact with people, want to get your attention. And they're just very fun and very bouncy and very active.
In the wild, lemurs would be in the trees bouncing around eating lots of fruits and vegetables, but for these two in particular, bananas are their favorite fruit, and they even enjoy sweets on occasion. At KDU, visitors can actually walk into the enclosure, and like me, you can even try to have the lemurs climb up on your arm. Myself and the visitors I spoke with enjoyed our time with the lemurs, but these two lemurs are also fan favorites among the staff.
I like that they're just fun, kind of quirky, real goofy. They'll play with each other all the time, and it's really funny to watch them.
Of course, these are just a couple of the wonderful animals you can interact with at Kentucky Down Under. So those lemurs, absolutely wonderful. They were a ton of fun to feed. And Christy, I can't help but say anything. You've already switched out to a new animal here?
I have a bearded dragon, and my shirt's a little silky, but it's supposed to... Oh, she sticks on.
A beard? So is it because it looks like you were wearing a beard now? Is where the name comes from?
I don't think so, but I like that.
We'll have to
go
ask
with
one of
that.
the zookeepers here when I'm with Ella later. We'll have to ask her that.
Yes.
Tell me, those lemurs, were they what you thought they would be in that video?
Yeah, I mean, I love them. And last time I was here, one of them tried to steal my phone, so they might be a little bit thieves.
A little mischievous, I
Yes.
like that. Okay, right now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we are getting drizzled on a tiny bit. Is that rain here to stay all day, Christy?
Well, it's not here to stay all day, but this morning we are seeing some of that drizzle. So outside of our Smiths Grove Tower cam, we are currently seeing lots of clouds and some of that drizzle outside as we're experiencing here in Kentucky Down Under. We do currently have temperatures that are sitting right around the low 60s, and across the rest of South Central Kentucky, we are seeing temperatures that are in the upper 50s to the lower 60s. Now on our radar, we are picking up on some of those lighter rain signatures as we are still seeing a couple of drizzle spots here and there, but as we head throughout the day today, we are going to be seeing that rain tapering off, seeing some more sunshine, and able to warm up a little bit more as we're going to be having those temperatures warming up into the upper 70s. Now let's check in with Josh to see what else is happening in our News Express.
Thank you, Christy. And we'll begin with the latest out of Louisville, as it was another tense night in the city. Protesters spilling into the streets as frustrations grow in the wake of Breonna Taylor's death and a subsequent grand jury decision. Jay Gray has the latest from Louisville.
As the sun sets, the crowds and intensity rise in Louisville.
The nights go further along. There is just more of an opportunity for those that would want to incite violence.
State police moving in as the curfew goes into effect. The core of the city locked down on a night when protesters again filled the streets demanding change. A message that's echoed across the country since a grand jury announced no Louisville police officer will be directly charged in the death of Breonna Taylor, her cousin, marching in Michigan.
The judicial system did another injustice to our family.
The former Louisville officer who was charged in the case, Brett Hankison, is out on bail, his attorney saying he'll plead not guilty to 3 felony charges of wanton endangerment after spraying bullets into a neighboring apartment the night of the deadly raid. So many here, continuing to march, they say, because she can. Jay Gray, NBC News, Louisville.
Thank you, Jay. And following protests over the last 2 nights, Mayor Greg Fisher has extended the curfew order in the city through the weekend. In a notice from the mayor's office, Fisher stated the curfew, quote, helps us balance our responsibility to keep every protester, first responder, and bystander safe, while still allowing people the time and space to voice their calls for racial justice and equity during the day. The curfew remains in effect from 9 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. and prevents the public from walking on any streets or to any public places. The only exceptions are for people going to and from work, people seeking medical attention, and those attending worship services. Moving forward now into what's happening today in the city, the man accused of shooting 2 Louisville police officers on Wednesday night will be arraigned in court this morning. Lorenzo Johnson is facing 2 counts of first-degree assault of an officer and 14 counts of wanton endangerment of a police officer. Major Aubrey Gregory and Officer Robinson DeRoche were the members of the Louisville police that were shot, and both are expected to recover from their injuries. Gregory has already been released from the hospital, while DeRoche underwent surgery from his gunshot wound to the abdomen. Johnson is being held at the Louisville Metro Corrections as he awaits his arraignment today. Meanwhile, back here at home in Bowling Green, residents continue to voice their frustrations. Just a day after hundreds gathered at WKU to protest the grand jury's decision not to charge the officers directly involved in Taylor's death. We went back to campus to get some more reaction from students. Take a look.
I was completely distraught, and more so the fact of when they paid the family $12 million to just say that, hey, this is how much this is worth a life. You can't put money on a life. And to just get the wanton endangerment, that's injustice.
So it's not surprising at this point, but it's still depressing to have happen over and over and over again. It's going to be a hard fight. It'll go past when I die and past when my kids probably die, sadly, but it'll always keep going. It has to keep going.
Many of the students we talked to also urged people to register to vote, as they said that's the first step towards change. And when we come back, and we'll be right back after this break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, I have lots of animals around me now. I do have a snake who's crawling around my neck, and we also have a parrot or macaw. It says the macaw. So lots of animals, and it is drizzling outside a little bit here. So taking a live look now outside of our Smiths Grove Tower Cam, it does look a little bit gloomy out there, as we do still have a lot of cloud cover, and we also still have some of that drizzle outside. Currently, across South Central Kentucky, we have temperatures that are sitting in the upper 50s to the lower 60s. It does feel pretty comfortable outside for this morning. Now, we do on our radar have some of the light drizzle that is happening, not picking up too well on our radar, but we are going to be continuing to see some of that drizzle as we head throughout the next couple of hours this morning. That's still from the remnants of what was Tropical Storm Beta. As we can see, zooming out a little bit more, we've got a lot of those remnants that are continuing to move off to our east. So as we just see a little bit of drizzle this morning, we are going to be able to dry out towards this afternoon as that low continues to move off to our east. As we get into this afternoon and this evening, we should be able to see some peaks of sunshine outside. Once we head into the day on Saturday, we are going to be staying nice and dry as quickly a high pressure system will be moving over the top of South Central Kentucky. So as that does that, it'll be keeping us dry, but still seeing a mix of sun and clouds outside. We're also going to be having some southerly wind flow, So with that, we're going to be a little bit warmer in the lower 80s throughout this weekend. Now, as we get into Sunday, originally that cold front was going to be moving throughout the morning and afternoon hours, but now it looks like that cold front is holding off a little bit more, which is good news for us if we have any of those weekend plans. So Sunday looks to be mostly dry, maybe a couple of isolated showers toward the evening hours, but as we continue to head into Sunday night, that's really when we're going to be starting to see some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms developing as we have that cold front that will advance throughout Monday. So still some more scattered showers and storms continuing throughout the day on Monday. After that cold front moves through, we're going to be seeing some cooler air filtering in. Now for the day today, we are going to be still seeing that mist for the next couple of hours here and there. Then we are going to be seeing some clouds starting to clear out. We'll be seeing those high temperatures a little bit warmer today with more sunshine. We'll be seeing highs in the upper 70s. As we get into the night tonight, we are going to be able to see our temperatures dropping back down to about 60 degrees, and we are going to be staying nice and dry, still staying with some cloud cover outside. Patchy fog developing late tonight, which could be impacting any plans that you have for very early Saturday morning. Saturday looks nice and dry for us in the low 80s throughout this weekend. Could be seeing some showers out there later Sunday, and then we'll be seeing some more scattered showers and storms as we head throughout the day on Monday. Tuesday and into next week should be nice and dry with lots of sunshine. We are going to be a little bit cooler with those high temperatures right around 70 degrees. Now it's time to clear the shelters. Let's meet our wonderful pet of the day.
Hey everybody, Tazier once again at the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society. It's time again for our Pet of the Day segment, and our pet today is Casey. She is a wonderful cat, just in between a year or two old, and she just had a bunch of kittens, and all her kittens have now been adopted here from the shelter. So she's here alone at the shelter and looking for a home. The staff tells me that she's a little bit skinny, but they're working on getting her a little bit bigger and ready to go home and have a great time. Just in the few minutes we spent with her trying to get her ready for this segment, she's really explorative. She's been running around the room, running around the shelter, looking for cool things, and just like any cat, she's super, super curious. So if you want to take Casey home today, make her your newest forever friend, please do just that. Come on down here to the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Welcome back to the Iconic Studio for everything else that's hot and trending today. We'll start in the sports world as the Pac-12 Conference has announced that it will play a 7-game conference football schedule beginning on November 6th. The decision was reached by the Pac-12 CEO group, which met yesterday. This move by the Pac-12 follows a similar announcement last week from the Big Ten Conference. The Pac-12 was the lone remaining Power 5 holdout when it came to the 2020 fall football season. The conference championship game will take place on December 18th in time for the college football playoff section day on December 20th. The conference is expected to release a revised football schedule next week. Now, if you're a fan of the Pac-12 team or any sports team in general, today is your lucky day. Krispy Kreme has proclaimed today as Sports Spirit Day. In its honor, the Donate chain is offering a deal to sports fans. Krispy Kreme says it's selling a dozen of its original glazed donuts for $5. But that's only if you're wearing some gear representing your favorite sports team. The chain says it can be anything from a jersey or t-shirt to a complete team uniform. Now, in case you're wondering, Krispy Kreme in Bowling Green is open until 11 tonight. And finally this morning, the U.S. Postal Service has unveiled another crop of holiday stamps. You might remember we talked to you about the first set back in July. Well, these are the Holiday Delights collection. It comes in 4 different designs, and the stamp art was inspired by folk art and features 4 items that represent Christmas: a Christmas tree, an ornament, a stuffed stocking, and a prancing reindeer. And as you can see, each design is in the traditional Christmas colors of red, green, and white. But that's what's trending this Friday morning. Stay tuned because we'll have another live report from Kentucky Down Under after the break.
Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. We are now with another one of their zookeepers, Ella Settle. Ella, we're gonna do what we promised them at the beginning of the show. She's gonna have me milk a cow, an experience that you all can do here at Kentucky Down Under. That's right, Ella, right?
That's right, that's right.
So what's the beginning of the process here?
All right, so this is Amber. She is our Jersey dairy cow. So it's very important that they be milked twice a day, every day, because they produce so much milk. So basically it's just gonna be a squeeze and pull motion. very simple to do.
I
Kinda
do want to
looks
say,
hard.
if you can see the look on my face, I have never milked a cow before. I'm sure it's a very normal thing, a very important role in our society. I'm just a little nervous because I've never done anything before. Do you have some advice from me if I'm a little nervous?
If you're a little bit nervous, it's fine. I'm gonna help you. Amber absolutely loves to do this, so you're helping her out. You're doing her a favor. So if that eases her nerves at all, any a little bit, she enjoys this very much. It's very easy to do.
Let's do it then. Let's get started. What's the first step?
All right. So if you wanna sit on this bucket.
Okay. Oh, I see Amber's getting a little curious as to what's going on.
So usually you're gonna bump the udder.
Okay.
And that kind of lets her know that she needs to drop her milk down, that a calf is ready to suck.
Okay.
So you give her like 5 seconds, and then you're just gonna kind of squeeze and pull.
And you do this all the time?
Do this every day in the morning and then at night. So she gives about 30 pounds of milk a day right now.
Is that normal for a cow?
Yes, so she's far on her lactation cycle. So if she were a fresh cow, a cow that just had a baby, she's gonna produce lots of milk. So sometimes 100 to 150 pounds in one day. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna take
Oh, you want me to do it now?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my hand and pull down.
Yeah, squeeze kind of at the top.
Oh, see, I freaked her out.
So you're gonna squeeze kind of at the top.
Okay, and pull.
Squeeze and pull down.
Squeeze and pull down. Nothing came out.
Try this one. It's got a little more milk in it.
I'm doing something wrong. Nothing's coming out here.
Squeeze kind of hard.
Okay, I don't want to hurt her. Okay.
You are.
Oh, there! I did it. I milked the cow. Okay. How much do you guys do this normally? How long does it take to milk her once?
Probably 30 minutes in the morning and then 30 minutes in the afternoon.
So I'm gonna have to help you a little bit more, right? Okay.
That one is the hardest one to milk.
Okay.
But I do
got
have a cup here if you want some milk in the morning time.
You want me to drink the milk?
You can, yeah.
Milk that just came out of the cow. It's a non-pasteurized milk.
Non-pasteurized milk, it's completely healthy, it's totally fine. Super fresh, wake you up in the morning.
Is this something that you guys always do here?
We do quite a bit, we'll save it. Of course, we refrigerate it.
Yeah.
It's not as good warm.
And just, so you can't sell non-pasteurized milk,
That's
right?
right.
You can just drink it right, though, since this is a farm.
Farm cow,
A farm cow.
Yeah. So you can, if you have your own cow, the Amish do it every morning. So it's completely safe.
Wow, she got me around the eye. Okay, yeah. Let me get a little bit more practice here with the milking of the cow. So you said pull,
squeeze a little
squeeze
harder,
and pull.
Pulls all the way down. So you got to squeeze kind of all the way to the bottom of the teat.
Oh, there.
There you go.
Working
there
in
you
tandem.
go. See, that's the hardest one. So you're doing great.
Okay. Pour me a little tiny bit. I'll taste the milk. Oh my goodness. You know, I listened to a podcast just a few weeks ago about drinking non-pasteurized milk. They say it's, for the most part, pretty healthy, but there are some risks. So you do this every day? I'm confirming it? Okay.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I guess for the most part, this tastes like normal milk. I guess this is weird for me. A lot of people watching right now, you guys might be regularly drinking non-pasteurized milk, and Amber keeps knocking over her bowl. Is that something that happens a lot?
She just kind of has a couple flies here, so she's just kind of kicking to get them away.
Okay,
So.
I tasted it. Not bad. I guess I will try non-pasteurized milk again. This is just one of the many experiences a visitor can do here at this adventure zoo you all have. What are some of the other ones you can just wrap me through really quick?
So the kangaroos, of course, we have those where you can interact with those. The lemurs, we do kind of a little bit of interaction with them where you can feed them, let them touch you with their hands. And then we have the lorikeets, the rainbow lorikeets. So you can actually go in and feed them, and then they drink nectar. So you're gonna hold a cup of nectar and they're gonna fly all over you. So really great, just hands-on experiences. Then we have a petting zoo where you get to feed all the goats, the big horses. So super fun for the kids.
So much fun stuff. I got to do this very exciting one. You guys can come on down here and have all that fun yourself. Maybe you can try some non-pasteurized milk as well. Ella can convince you as well. Ella, I want to thank you again for having us here at Kentucky Down Under today and putting me through the cow milking experience. Now I can check that one off the bucket list. All right, everybody, stay tuned. We got more SoKY Sunrise. We're coming up right after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. Christy, we've already had a ton of fun out here today, right?
Yes, we have. Lots of different places that we've been.
And even more places to go. Last week when I came out here before our live show today, I filmed our SoKY Speaks right here along the pathways here at Kentucky Down Under. Asked people to do some really fun things. Everybody, take a look. From animals to caves, there's so much fun stuff to do at Kentucky Down Under. So we hit the walkways of KDU in this week's SoKY Speaks. Out of all the animals you know of here at Kentucky Down Under, which one would you want to take home as a pet if you could, and why?
That's easy. I would take a kangaroo because they're cute.
Because they're cute. Yeah, they're really cute.
Yeah.
I would probably take a goat. My wife's parents have a farm in Fort Knox, near Fort Knox.
Ring-tailed lemur because I've always just wanted one. The kangaroos.
Why kangaroos?
Because they're soft and they're so sweet and they like to snuggle on you and stuff.
The iconic animal here at Kentucky Down Under is kangaroos.
Right.
Can you do a little kangaroo impersonation? Show me how they jump, how they act while they were in their exhibit.
This is what the kangaroos did. This is what the male kangaroos did. Just laid down, they kind of look like a person, you know? They're just taking it all in.
Like this. They bounce like that. They put their hands out like this.
Well, we seen one smack one on the other one's head, so I mean, I can do that.
Look kind of like a bunny.
Can you do an Australian accent at all?
Hello, mate.
Hey, mate. Welcome to Kentucky Down Under.
Oh, crikey. That's about all I got.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Down Under.
Hello, welcome to Kentucky Down Under.
So here at Kentucky Down Under, not only do you get to interact and see lots of amazing kangaroos, you also get to see lots of kangaroo impersonations. Thanks for watching this week's SoKY Speaks. A lot of very fun kangaroo impersonations. Don't worry, Christy. I'm not going to make you do one.
Oh, really?
No, it's a little muddy out here.
I could hop.
All right, let's see hop.
That'd be like a kangaroo hop, right?
That's a pretty good one. The woman who hit her friend.
That was funny.
That was absolutely hilarious. Okay. I'm going to ask you, though, which of these animals, if you could, I know it's really hard, but which one, you were not allowed to, but if you could, which one would you want to take home with you?
Take home with me? That's a good question. So I would say lemur, but we've been talking a lot about lemurs. I think it'd be cool to have a kangaroo, but you know what? A lot of people aren't a fan of the emus, so I'm going to go emu.
Emus are a fun one. I like emus. They do scare me a little bit. I'm not sure what they're thinking.
I think it would be a good guard dog type of animal.
a guard dog and a guard emu. I see what you're saying there.
I don't know if Nikita would like the emu, though.
Very true. Christy, the rain has surprisingly gotten a little bit heavier on us in the past 10 or 15 minutes here. Has the trends of the weather today changed?
No, I think that we're still just going to be seeing this drizzle for the next couple of hours here. But yeah, we definitely have noticed that drizzle picking up quite a bit right now. Outside of our Smiths Grove Tower cam, can't see too much. It's pretty gloomy. We've got some clouds. We also have some of that drizzle that is continuing. Temperatures at the Bowling Green Airport, 63 degrees. It's pretty comfortable outside for this morning. Maybe need to grab a light jacket. Temperatures across the rest of South Central Kentucky are sitting in the lower 60s. Now, we are seeing just a little bit of that light drizzle and not really getting picked up too much on our radar, but I do promise it is out there for the next couple of hours. We will be drying out by this afternoon and seeing some more sunshine, and temperatures today will be a little bit warmer, which I'm excited about, in the upper 70s.
I'm excited for the warmer temps too. They got us out here in the cold right now. Christy, we are just about done here for the day at Kentucky Down Under. Did you have a favorite moment, a final closing thought here?
I just liked holding all the different animals, and I wish that I could hold more of them, but we kind of have to move around the park, so you kind of got to be a little constrained.
I got to give you credit here. You held on to that snake around your neck.
Yeah, and she was crawling up my neck too when I was doing the weather.
You guys only saw Christy, I think, for maybe the first 10 or 15 seconds of that weather. She had that snake on her for the whole 3 or so minutes. Yes. So a little bit intense here, but that about does it for Christy and I and the whole team here at Kentucky Down Under. We're going to thank them again for having us here. Darius and Hannah will wrap up your Feel Good Wake Up Show back in studio after this quick commercial break.
All right, everybody, welcome back to SoKY Sunrise. And as you just saw, it looks like they're having so much fun down there at Kentucky Down Under. And Darius, I know it was raining a little bit there. Is that going to be the trend over the weekend?
Over the weekend, we're actually going to be much more on the dry side, especially on Saturday and even most of your Sunday. We're going to be tracking rain chances late Sunday night into early Monday morning, but overall mainly dry.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Stay tuned because the Today Show is coming up next.